Hi guys, good morning. Today's topic is all about twin flame journey is a self transformative journey. Yes, because when a woman is being brought up in her parents' house, she wishes for so many things, but economically she is not self sufficient and she is dependent upon her parents. So, whatever her parents have to provide her, she has to accept that and she has to live only in that. So in so and so living, she could not make any of her dreams come true unless a girl has an understanding parents and who accept for all her dreams and who tell feel her dreams are more important and my daughter's happiness is more important than my money. Only when a parent think like that, they'll put the effort to make their daughter's dream. And in normalcy, in general family, it never happens now. So everybody, all the parents keep telling more than your dreams, your academics is so important. You have to study well, you have to pursue your studies, you have to take good marks, you have to get good grades, you have to get a good job, and you have to have a good salary. The ultimate aim of going to schooling is only that parents always remember the schooling, but not the childhood of that kid. Childhood days ought to be celebrated, isn't it? But we never get that to be celebrated. So every kid, whether it's a girl or a woman, so they get not like frustrated, but they grow up and full of disappointments only because their expectations are not met. So, and because of that, they themselves do not know their childhood is being so much traumatized, and they learn to live with that trauma, and they learn to mold themselves, shape themselves, and grow all along with that trauma. So this is how it happens. So because of this trauma, what they do is, for every wounding they have, they create a own dream or imagination. Like, I need a spouse who can take care of me. See, if your mom doesn't take care of you in so and so emotional area, and you get hurt, and you feel your mom has not understood your emotions, or your mom has hurt your emotions, you just do a patch-up work of going into your imagination and creating an imagination for yourselves that your spouse will take care of you so well in that area. For everything you keep building up your own imaginations only, and you keep on living in that imaginary world, isn't it? So same like that, when you keep on being in that imaginary world, at a certain time after your colleging, everything is over, and when you're ready for your marriage, you completely believe the person to whom you are going to get married. Either it's a love marriage or either it's an arranged marriage, it doesn't matter, whomever it is. You strongly believe that person will fulfill all your desires and all your dreams are going to come true through that person, and all your imaginations, you are going to live with reality with that person without even confirming with that person. Only you believing it by yourselves, you keep on thinking all these things, but you have never checked that in reality, or you have never confirmed that in reality. You assume that. Okay, so but after marriage, after some days or after some months or after some years, you come to know the true color of your spouse, and you know, actually, none of my dreams are going to come true through this man. I'm not going to live my dreams in reality through this man. This man is entirely different from my imaginations. Okay, and the fight begins, the misunderstanding begins, the frustration begins. It is all because one simple fact that you have lots of expectations and you are married to a man. The man who's opposite to you, okay, in your reality, in your practical life, in your day-to-day life, you never saw him for who he is. And when you saw him for who he is, you couldn't accept. because you are keeping on searching only your expectations within that man. Why do you fight? Think. Why do you keep on arguing? Why do you keep on coming and expressing your frustration to that man? It's just because your expectations are not met out by that man, and your expectations are not even understood by that man. So what you are searching is there my dream man inside this man who is opposite to me in my real life? When you understand, when you realize it's not there, you keep fighting, okay, without even consciously knowing this is what you're expecting, and your expectations are not met out by your spouse. Without even being consciously aware of that, you keep on fighting. One final day when you sit and do all this introspection, self-reflection, you journal yourselves, that time you realize, oh, so I am expecting only my dream man in my man, okay, the man who is in my life. So I am not able to accept this man as who he is. This is how you get bugged up. You realize it's your mistake. You didn't confirm it before marriage. So now so many years has been rolled out, and you have a kid now. You have built up your family, and you do not know what to do. Isn't it? This is what spans out. So after so much of time, once you have realized, after that you cannot stay in a place where you don't belong or where you don't like to be. So your life becomes a completely struggle, challenge to live upon. So you feel as if you betrayed yourself. So that feeling of self-betrayal kills you from within. So you don't want to self-betray yourself anymore. So and moreover, if the spouse is also very toxic, very karmic, and if the environment itself is very toxic and he exhibits all narcissistic traits, you will never like to live there. Okay, what all I said is your part. There is that spouse part also. No, when the spouse part is very tactical, okay, and very diplomatic and very narcissistic, manipulative, you can never stay there. Whatever the situation might be, you cannot stay there. So you will find all the ways to run away from there, come out of there. That is how you enter into a spiritual journey. That is twin flame journey. That is how you start thinking. You go and stand in front of the God and you start questioning the God. What mistake have I done? You gave me this life. What I asked you and what you gave me. I asked for a person through whom all my imaginations and dreams could come into reality. But what have you given to me? That is how you start questioning God. And that is how you start bringing God so deeply and intimately into your life. This is how twin flame journey starts. Yeah, once twin flame journey starts, our deep desire to be with our dream man, that is how we enter into the twin flame journey, na? But once we enter into the twin flame journey, so this all this until now, this we have been, while we were a child and we were being brought up into a adult, and after marriage until now we have been, and even now after introspection, we are still living in the socially conditioned world, socially conditioned society. Okay, so we know only conditioning. So at a stage we become so frustrated and so bugged up and vexed up upon this conditioning society, and we feel, because of this conditioning society, I am happening to live the same life, betraying myself. I don't want to do this anymore, because this self-betraying is killing my peace of mind. So in search of peace of mind, you enter into spiritual journey. Actually, you enter into twin flame journey, because what you think is the utmost factor at that point, at that moment of life. What you need is, you want a person who is emotionally available to you all the time. Your search is for that emotionally available person. If you are a woman, you search for a man who is emotionally available for you. so that you can tell all your botherations to him, you can express yourselves, you can tell what you want, what are your dreams, you can share everything with him. So in search of that one ultimate man, you enter into this journey. Okay, so but when you enter into this journey with so much of expectations, lots of wishes, and so much of cravings and longings within you, when you turn the internet, you search everywhere, it is all about self-love, 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 self-care. Who you are is your twin flame. So the way you treat yourself is the way your twin flame will treat you. You both are divine mirrors to each other. All this pops out. So ultimately you find a coach, and when that coach teaches you, they all teach about the only tool to put you into your self-love mode, which can heal you, is your mirror exercise. So mirror exercise has that 4 steps as usual, as we know. First, sit and write what is upsetting you, then write change everything towards yourselves and write that same upset. And third sentence is like, is there any truth to this second statement? And the answer is always yes. And fourth statement is, what is the solution of this upset? Is you giving yourself self-love in where you are lacking? Because of that lack, you are upset. So when you give the self-love, you heal from that upset. Okay, so this is what we do. And this fourth step is the way you heal from all your triggers and all your upsets and all your wounds. So when you heal, there is lots of purging happening, and there is lots of healing, like realization going through within you. So when you happen to do this mirror exercise, when you happen to go to your past, revisit your past and all, when you go back to those memories, it is so very triggering. All your inner child healing, inner feminine healing, what all traumatic reflection you have about masculine within you, all that gets healed up. So when you go into this twin flame journey, and when you start up with your self-love, it is like they teach you and coach you, like validating your inner voice is the utmost thing, because that is self-love. Because we hesitated and we avoided our inner voice, and because of that only we have been self-betraying ourselves, and we have been suffering, and we have been self-sabotaging ourselves. So to develop the relationship within ourselves, you have to listen to your own inner voice. So that is how we come into the place of self-value. And we, after self-value, it teaches us our own worth, and our coach teaches our own self-esteem, all these things, and they teach how to project the self-image itself as our social image. So like this, every step in this twin flame journey, even though it's a baby step, every step marching forward takes you to the path of enlightenment and makes you an self-empowered person. So this complete shift of who you were before entering into the twin flame journey, you were as a person who was always bothered, always worrying, always keeping on expecting for your dreams to be fulfilled, all that is there, no? And you have been an emotionally insecure person, and once you enter into this twin flame journey, you become a self-loved person, you know your self-value, self-worth, you become your best version, you heal all your upsets, and your expectations completely go down. You realize that nobody in this world is born to impress you or born to fulfill your desires for you to live. Everybody here are born to live their own dreams and not for others. So you are not here to expect from others, you are here to make yourselves eligible enough to live your own dreams in this 3D matrix. So when you understand all these things, your sufferings ends there, or your sufferings at least gets reduced there. And after that, when you practice this self-love, when you practice this mirror exercise, keeping on doing all this mirror exercise, and when you do the inner work, self work, and when you are totally completely committed to yourselves, and that commitment of doing inner work transforms you into a person from emotionally dependency to emotionally very strong person. So your emotional dependency completely gets healed out and cut off, and you become a very very strong independent individual who is like who no more expects anyone's emotional availability for you. And then when you go through all this how to tell, all this self-love and self-care, self-respect, all these journey, na, you also think like you don't want to depend upon anybody, and you want to live your own dreams in reality. You want to make yourselves eligible to live your dreams. So you have to become financially well-to-do person, and to become financially well-to-do person, you want to have a job. Then you once you are into job, you know what all the difficulties, what all you can't do and what all you can do. Then you want to pursue your passion itself into career and make that into your profession, and you want to earn through that. All this pans out and you learn everything. Now you become like a person who's very passionate for your passion itself, and you have made your passion itself into your career. You know your life purpose. Once you start living your life purpose, you feel very meaningful in life. All this enters into your life in this twin flame journey when you start your healing journey. So this completely transforms you into a full freedomful person. Like you're financially freedomful, you're physically not dependent, physically freedomful, you're morally freedomful, and you're emotionally also freedomful, and you stand on your own two legs, and you stand for yourselves tall and strong. You need not need anybody to support you, you need not need anybody to defend for you. Okay, so this self transformation takes place, and you become completely and how to tell, carefree, self-loving, independent individual who's there for you, who's there by you, and who's there making yourselves eligible to live all your dreams, and who's there living all your dreams in your reality by yourselves. And this makes you feel whole and complete deep from your heart, and this makes you feel like very happy, joyous, delightful. And this journey is completely for how to tell, union with God. So when you are in this healing journey, when you heal your upsets, when you practice this self-love, when you practice this mirror exercise, when you heal all your deep wounds from the superficial part of your mind space, you enter into, you penetrate, you keep on marching forward deeper and deeper into your mind space, and you penetrate deeper into your mind space, and you enter into your heart space. And first, initially, your brain and mind gets aligned. After that, your brain and mind becomes one single part which gets aligned with your higher self. And once you reach the higher self, that is the superficial part of your heart space. So once you are into your heart space, you enter deeper and deeper, still more into your heart space, and you travel into that tunnel where the light is at the end of the tunnel, which is nothing than the divine source, your divine self. So you reach to that light, you reach to that deeper self within you, and you recognize who you are, and you become that divine light, and you transform yourselves into a light worker. That is what is your life purpose you are living, isn't it? So you become your divine self, you embody that divine self, and you align your complete self, because first your your brain and mind got aligned, then that one component got aligned with your higher self. Now it is only higher self. That is called inner union, isn't it? There is no separate mind, there is no separate brain, there is no separate higher self. You just live as your higher self in the dharmic path. Now this higher self is also is getting aligned to your divine self. So now there is only divine self who lives only in the dharmic path of life, living their life purpose. Okay, so there is no separate four-part human being. So once you become your divine self, you completely shine from inside out and glow the light and emit the light to all the people around you. So you work as a light worker, divine body. So this is how the self-transformation journey happens, and this is how this aligning with your divine self is called union with God. This is how union with God takes place, and this is how you always be in that union with God, in that self-alignment, divine alignment, and you have that divine delightfulness, and you enjoy that delightfulness joyfully, and you live happily ever after.